inkproducts.com has just released a new style refillable cartridge for the Epson Artisan 1430. They're a higher capacity cartridge than the Epson cartridge. They have a replaceable chip, so if the firmware changes, we can change out the chip. Let me show you the difference between the old style. A lot of the old styles cartridges have no microscreen or very little. They don't use a stainless steel poppet valve so they can leak over time. How you can tell, there's always, let me show you here, this is the best way. You'll see there's a hole, both holes are together. One is an air hole and one is a fill hole. And then if you don't prime it, you'll get banding. On our new cartridge design, we have a very large microscreen, a recessed area so ink cannot overspill over the cartridge when refilling. We use a rubber tip so you can't damage the bag that's inside the cartridges. Even these have a membrane inside. You stick a steel needle in there, you could damage it. So you don't want to do that. We have the air hole. There's the poppet valve with a stainless steel spring and ball. The extra large microscreen, and the chips will slide off the cartridge so you could replace them. Now, one thing I'd like to point out, when filling any of these cartridges, even the new style, you don't want to use a sharp needle, because you could go into that cartridge in the hole and you could damage it. Like, you could punch a hole right through the side of the, there's a little, let me see if I can show you, there's a little membrane bag. See, I broke it. So you can pop a hole in it, or if you're using a blunt steel needle, you can do the same thing. You go in there and you can damage it. You wouldn't even know you damaged it. It starts to leak. That's why we supply these special rubber tips. They cannot harm the cartridge at all. Now, if you're going to fill the cartridges, or any of them, if you get one of these little clamps, it holds the cartridge so you can fill it. And all you have to do is remove the rubber plug and watch it fill up. It's very simple. This is our new high-definition UV ink. This is a dye-based ink because the 1430 uses a dye base. Some people put pigment in it. We don't recommend that because it can clog up the print head. Now you're going to fill up the syringe, fill up the cartridge. That's it. That's how simple it is. And every time you take this out to fill it, when it shows it needs to be filled, you put it back in, the ink level is going to go back up. Just like you put a new cartridge. You're going to go right on in. There's no priming of these cartridges. And you're just going to take your time, fill it up. They're very easy to see. There you go. That's how simple. Now there's a little recessed area there, so it can't overspill.